Hunter. I can hear you breathing, I can smell you from here.
Do you like my new cologne? Pretty irresistible, isn't it?
No. It stinks.
You're lying.
I've never been more honest and truthful ever in life.
Bronson wears the same one.
I wouldn't know, but I'll go out on a limb and say that would probably be a big fat lie.
Why? Because you know him so well and were light years apart in fashion and style. You can be honest instead of shooting me down every chance you get.
Oh please Hunter, give it a rest. Aren't you tired of comparing yourself to a man you could never be?
I think you better watch your words, Zola. You know what I'm capable of. And don't pretend to doubt the situation.
Nice. Threats. And you wonder why I'm not interested in romance with you.
So what earth-shattering news do you have regarding Deborah?
You can't be serious, I don't think so.
What do you mean? You're really upset withholding pertinent information to make me suffer. How sweet.
I'd have to care about you to be mad. Wrong answer.
I'm here for one reason.
Sure about that?
I'm only interested in clearing my name, so we better get serious quick.
And I didn't try to get serious asking to meet me in town? You weren't ready then, why should I be now? I'm working. Leave.
Look, I'm not in for tolerating your bullshit. Stop playing with me, Zola. Drop the charade and talk.
But I guess you're up for tolerating Bronson's open debt to you, for shopping your diamonds to the highest bidder.
And if he doesn't pay up, there'll be 2 dead Sabar members instead of 1.
Do you even care about being secretly recorded due to aviation regulation? But you treat me like I'm the clueless one.
You think I was born at night, don't you? I wasn't. You've spoken just as candid as I have here. I'm not an idiot, so cough up the goddamn information for Pete's sake.
Hunter, you don't scare me. You need me. And vice versa.
Zola, check this out.
I'm just not going to speak to you now after you stood me up at the cafe. I waited for hours.
You don't give things a rest either. Follow your own advice instead of secretly wanting a man who wants someone else.
Your feeble brain has lost the ability to think sensibly and critically. You're on your own. Get out.
I told you the best place was the motel. We had more privacy there.
Don't forget bed bugs, lice, blood, semen, other bodily fluids, disease and everything else left behind to take us straight to the hospital. Plus, I told you a queen doesn't leave her palace for a 1-star, dilapidated dungeon sitting on shallow ground.
If you want to raise suspicion by me showing up at your place of business repeatedly, don't blame me when you see the pink slip in your residence mailbox.
Things aren't done that way in this field, genius. Go to school, Hunter.
Who's lying to themselves again?
You are.
Such a shame you don't get what I hold over your head can destroy your entire existence. Don't be foolish.
Laws of physics is logical and concentrated. Psychology is very different. I could elaborate. Do you understand where I'm going, detective?
Miss Vernon, everyone has a point to make.
Get on with yours.
80 feet from this very spot wherein your wife's wedding ring was found buried in a shallow ditch.
Surely you don't think I had something to do with that?
I'm just trying to get information.
My dear boy, hear me close.
I'm listening.
I would not, did not, kill my wife. The decision to give you your title defies disbelief.
I think we had enough of your subliminal, accusatory statements and phrases for the day.
Tired?
I didn't get much sleep last night. And now I've had to stand here and listen to you string me along for the last 30 minutes.
Your fault. Not mine.
I had a nightmare that dirty boxes were beating me up, stabbing me, trying to kill me.
Are you serious? Everyone knows dreams manifest through happenings in your life.
No, I just need these issues fixed.
Change your underwear more often. Problem solved.
If you come over once in a while, I'll do just that.
Hunter, you already know if you were the last man on Earth, I wouldn't look to you to scratch this kitty cat. Never.
Get on with the story, please.
So, a college friend of mine works for a major insurance company. She happened to find a couple of policies taken out a few years ago, for a prominent family.
So what? Sounds like business as usual.
One of the policies was for $2 million. And guess which family name was on it?
Do we know them?
Would we be interested in anyone else?
I hope it's who I think it is.
That's right. You guessed it. Saber. Believe me when I tell you shady dealings and disloyalty were not far behind.
Who took out the policy? And who's the beneficiary?
You took the questions right out of my mouth. Of course I asked. I was dying to know.
Zola, things just might be looking up for a change. We got Bronson's rich, arrogant ass now.
Slow down, Mr. Lord.
The gods and stars are aligning. I can feel it. I was getting worried we were about to go down in flames. We're a package deal, sweetheart.
No. We're not.
Continue.
Anyway. Don't get too happy.
Why?
Right as my friend was getting that information to me over the phone, co-workers interrupted.
What happened next?
She told me she'd call back. This was a few days ago.
What are you waiting for? Pay her a visit or give the woman a ring ding. Tomorrow waits for no one.
I didn't want to attack her. I was appreciative of what she'd given me so far. I'll call her tonight after work.
You don't have a choice. Chop chop.
Bronson. I'm glad to see you.
Pleasure's mine, Sade. How are you?
Managing.
Good.
I asked Cicely to leave your dinner in the oven, since you indicated you had a long drive ahead.
Yes. Thank you. I also had unfinished business at the office. Strange, these certain folks looking to be pleased. Coming to us with pipe dreams, and not sufficient cash flow.
Duality of unsettling and amusing. But I'm sure you've handled these types before. And you're welcome. I never mind to do for someone my daughter loved dearly. She took care of you.
The feeling was, and always will be, mutual. Even though she's parted to a world where her spirit will live on, continuing her duties here on Earth.
My Deborah, special in a magical light. An astonishing woman, who set the bar high in ways not many could attain.
Absolutely. Lots of people had trouble following her lead. This woman, your daughter, left me in awe. More times than I could count. She was exceptional.
Such a sweet thing to say.
It was true. That's why I married her.
You were a blessing to her. To all of us.
I appreciate that.
It's just a very sad and unfortunate period right now. How do folks know whether they're coming or traveling to a place of despair and hopelessness?
In addition to current events going on in our lives, I'd say that's most disheartening to hear you speak this way.
I agree, Bronson. That seems to be the hand we've now been dealt.
I hope. Nothing too serious. You've weathered your share of heartbreak, turmoil, in recent weeks.
These kids, they need us more now today than ever before.
This is true. And I had a bizarre meeting with Peter Rockville. In so many words, I made the same point.
He and I had an interesting encounter at the precinct, as well. I informed you my faith in him was tested.
Sade. I'm trying to give him a chance. He deserves to carry out his job and responsibilities that taxpayers employ him for.
But there's always an addendum to a modified contract. Isn't there, Bronson?
He seems to be turning this investigation around on me.
He needs evidence to do so. Peter does not have any, Bronson. Don't be comical.
I don't know what he has.
What do you mean by this?
I loved Deborah more than my own life. Everyone knew it. That's all I'm saying.
No need to get your blood pressure to a boil.
This whole thing, it isn't easy. It's just Peter keeps taking me to these absurd, ridiculous places, making up stories for an imaginary confession. He mentioned something about finding Deborah's wedding ring on the side of the highway.
What on earth? Peter, or his colleagues, did not notify me of this discovery. It only ties into what I've been saying from the beginning.
You might have appointed Mrs. Bramford.
Of course I do.
Anyway, it was probably someone else's ring. He found some kind of garbage out there trying to put fear in my heart. Well, it's not working. I gave Deborah top-of-the-line, unique, rare and flawless diamonds. At every angle, even the housing and style was immaculate.
Of course, you learned all you needed at the Rare Stones convention.
True. They must get on track before the killer leaves the country.
Is he playing some kind of sick, cruel joke, this hateful man? Deborah never. She never took her ring off for anyone?
Or any circumstance. Exactly.
Rockville will be receiving a call soon as this terrible frustration dissipates.
The killer's out there. Running free. Breathing air. Having sex. Enjoying food. No.
Don't get so upset, Bronson. I know this is unacceptable.
Right. And we're not going to stand for the incompetency of these organized gangs they call law enforcement.
I'm exhausted. It's too much.
I was shocked, just like you were. Information about the ring making no sense but to Peter himself. Hunter, Zola and Diane can't be trusted. They've held unbelievable grudges with Deborah and I for years. Who the hell is Rockville to imply I killed a woman who's been absolutely great to me?
You would never harm one hair on her pretty head.
Never. My hand to God, I swear. You and I know the truth. Husbands may do this, but I have too much to live for than to throw it away like a madman.
Don't want to hear any more.
I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm all right. I'm okay just discussing my daughter's death. It's opening wounds that refuse to close.
I know. Is there anything I can do for you? Get you?
I'd like a glass of water.
No problem.
Bring it to my bedroom, please. I think I'm going to turn in early.
As you should. Nice place, Hunter. Glad to see you're managing quite well with what you have.
With no assistance from you, of course. That's right. Why should I waste time letting you know what the deal is?
I understand pent aggression has been eating away at you for a long time.
Don't test me, I'm in a good mood. You have no idea what my life's been like.
Clearly things are better. Anyway, the scenery and water looks amazing. Take care of the place.
It's a rental if you must know. Too bad it's not one of your properties. I know how you like to maximize your profits.
Absolutely. Either way, you have a gem for sure on your hands here. Progressive in every way. But not in the realm of what I usually aim for.
Many people might appreciate your keen sense of awareness and ability to critique. But I'm not impressed.
Hunter, why don't you just say what's on your mind instead of this passive-aggressive behavior?
I have. You refuse to listen. Look, I got things to do. Why are you here?
You might be comfortable being a coward. I'm not. I did what you were too afraid to do.
You had me locked up like an animal. You were afraid to let me shine, so you had me removed.
Hogwash.
Yeah, let you tell the story.
You would never achieve the winning spot. Because it isn't necessary for you to get down in the trenches and fight.
Look, cut the crap and tell authorities why you killed your wife. We all know you wanted out of your marriage, which is why you went gallivanting around town fucking other women.
Once again talking pathetically without facts. You're a waste of skin.
Stop trying to frame me and Zola. Putting bugs in Peter Rockville's ear about us. Trying to get out of what you owe me. I remember what you said about Deborah years ago. You made good on your promise.
What a shame you let lies run rampant in that empty mind of yours. The truth of my innocence will prevail.
Are you sure about that?
Hear me close. I'm warning you. Stay out of what is not your business. Keep your mouth shut.
There was always more to the story. Right, Bronson? You and Deborah. The awful things you used to say to her.
Don't discuss my wife on your rotten murderous tongue.
But I never want to find out. Your business is yours. There was a backstory. I was paying attention.
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop making a fool of yourself. We do have one thing in common.
Like what?
Nothing. You walked right into that. You're easy to fool. Easy to manipulate. This is why the ladies do you the way they do. Learn.
Check this. I had just about enough of your foolishness.
Talk to Zola like that. Not me.
I'll talk to anyone however I damn well please, wherever I lay my head. I don't work for free. Pay your debt. Confess your sin. Leave us alone.
Us as in more than one. Zola perhaps.
Don't worry about who I'm referring to. I see no reason to keep your secrets anymore.
I can think of one. Prison. If I go down, your whole family goes down.
Let's not make threats, man. Jesus. Look, I did the work. It was my product. Pay up.
I had the resources to extract the rarest diamonds this planet has to offer. You foiled the location 2 times. Set us back 6 months. Your buyers were frauds who ripped you off for some of my diamonds. Your actions almost tipped off authorities who, by the way, I worked diligently to convince them to bring legitimacy to our trips. Your out-of-pocket expenses do not put a dent in what I had to shell out for a successful mission. Stop.
All of that's beside the point.
I don't know why your surname is Lord. You don't act the part. Live up to greatness and great things will bestow upon you.
You're hardly the man to teach what a king is truly about.
Sad. To make matters worse, Zola Carbone. She did this to you. All these unfulfilled fantasies you have of this woman. You couldn't screw her. So she screwed you, without really screwing you, right out of a deal of a lifetime.
How?
By diverting your attention, you idiot. Dangling her perfume panties under your nose. You being her shoulder to cry on, no doubt. You didn't know what hit you.
All this talk about me and what I can't get.
It's your reality.
Alora wants no parts of you. I see the way you look at her.
Place blame where it's meant. I'm not the one you should hate, Hunter. End of story. I used to respect you. Until you attempted to cheat me out of diamonds I earned, and other assets I worked hard to attain.
You actually believe your own lies. What's happened to you?
The truth, it's only me and you here, face it.
I think you're the one who needs psychiatric help.
Me? Get real, Hunter, you've lost incredible ground as a man, it's astounding.
We were partners. You got greedy. You also did some other things you should not have been doing. What happens in the dark comes to light.
Listen up. Who released you from that hellhole, where the crazies screamed in your ears, right into your spirit for months till you begged for your freedom? Who? Tell me, Mr. Lord.
You can't be serious, you narcissist. You put me there. What I saw and heard. No sane person should ever have to tolerate what I did. It was inhumane to leave me in a jungle full of lost, disturbed, catatonic, sick people.
You were right at home.
I wasn't.
Your progress report stated otherwise.
The echo chamber of pain and grief. Loud noises and madness inside those walls almost killed me.
Who cares? Look. You survived. Stop complaining. You learned a valuable lesson, didn't you?
Fuck you. I'm invisible to your bullshit now, Bronson.
Invisible? That's right. You have never been more correct. You are most certainly invisible, my dear boy.
Once again, your opinion.
Although, only time you're actually seen is when you're boarding your favorite transportation. Coattails. Mine. In particular. A lot of things will be said here right now because I don't intend on doing business with you ever again.
Pay what you owe, or I'll go to the cops and have your ass locked away so long you'll be confused whether you were born there or not.
Why? Why do you insist on toying with your life?
Look, Bronson, it was fair exchange and you know it. I have no interest in whatever else you're talking about. Get that through your head. Pronto. On the double.
There was no point in satisfying a debt of non-reciprocity. Where I come from, it's absolutely egregious to expect compensation for degeneracy. Insufficient, inferior, unsatisfactory, substandard, mediocre work loaded with mistakes. You received more than what you deserved. So stop with the narrative that I'm not a man of my word.
You can go to hell. I'll take my 300 grand and I don't want the missing painting. Even though that's what you tried to sell it to the museum for. You stashed the painting, orchestrating a fake heist. Didn't you?
You think you know a lot of things. You know nothing. Saw nothing. Your brain fails you so often, I can't fathom how you manage daily tasks to survive.
Your responsibilities are long overdue.
And this is your last chance. Before it all closes in on you. Like Egyptian pyramid stone cave walls, showing no mercy for your worn-down old tired body, when it crushes you into a bloody, obliterated, awful pile of a disgusting mess.
I can do without the visual.
Come to your senses, Hunter. Turn yourself in.
You've officially gone crazy, Bronson.
Tell Peter what you did to my wife. You killed her.